Ladies and gentlemen. All right. Being called order, it's 17:31. Mr. Secretary, please take the roll.
Mr. Perez,
Present.
Mr. Borman. Here. Mr. Knickerbocker is here. Mr. Gutierrez. Mr. Sorrentino.
Here.
Mr. Cardenas. Here. Mr. Locke. Miss Ortiz. Miss Barcasera.
Here.
Miss Alvarez. Mr. Sanchez. Mr. Yao. Here. And Mr. Clemens.
Please rise for the pledge of allegiance, followed by moments of recovered. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
1 second. Please take your seats. Here. Here recognizes that Nicole Ortiz is present. Any public comments?
I have one.
Oh. Go ahead.
I spoke
The chair recognizes you.
I spoke to Lynn Matos. She just told me to remind our committee that there are tickets for sale for the Miami Lakes Food and Wine to help spread the word on that one. She was kind of helpful also for us, so.
Yeah.
Great event.
They donate money to charities and Miami Lakes, so that's fantastic.
It's
I already
and
got
it's-
my 2 tickets.
I'm gonna be out of town unfortunately, but it's an outstanding event. I'm sad to miss.
What is it?
Third of February.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other comment? Any other comments?
If I may,
Chair
Special
recognizes
request.
Jerry Cardenas.
flag should be back to the left side where it was removed from. I
Okay,
don't know who did it or for what.
well, I mean, they have the shelf right there, so we'll figure that out. one day.
I'll bring it up to this.
And it has a special bracket for it.
Right.
That's where it was at.
Yeah,
We removed it, took it away. and-
probably because there's something in front of it.
I'll bring it up.
Okay. Right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that closes public comments. Ladies now. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. Okay,
And whatever you identify.
we have a lot to cover, so, we're gonna be doing a lot of motions to reconsider, a lot of motions to pass new amended stuff, so. Well, let's get through it. Okay, order of business, any deferrals, additions, and deletions? Okay, let's get to the approval of the minutes. I believe I have to do each one individually, and we have 11 October minutes, November 2023 minutes, December 7th minutes, and that's about it. Okay, so let's please review the 11 October minutes. Can I have a motion to approve the 11 October?
Motion to approve the COVID.
Can I have a second, please? Second. Second by Larry. Brennan. All those in favor?
Aye.
Let's review the November 2023. November 2nd.
Motion to approve.
Right. Approved by Mr. Friaio. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Gary Cardenas. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, December 7th minutes. Not forward. Can I have a motion to approve the December 7th, 2022 minutes?
Motion to approve December 7th, 2022 meeting.
Second.
Okay, so Mr. Pedro Fiallo, please, including Sarah, seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, those are currently all the minutes that we have to approve. What minutes do we need to approve that have not been done yet?
I think so, you need.
Two special call meetings.
Two special.
Substitutes.
Are still pending.
Okay. All right, so let's just, we will defer those to the next meeting and have a motion to defer.
Motion.
Motion to defer by David
Second.
Cardenas, seconded by Pedro
One
Fiallo.
of my meetings.
October 25th and November 27th.
All those in favor of deferring those till next meeting?
Aye.
Aye. Old business. I want to offer a motion to reconsider how we want to spend the 2022 money. Reason for that motion is because combat veterans outdoors will really only service about 2 or 3 veterans. And it won't really go to many people in the town anyways.
Okay.
So do I have a second for that motion?
Second.
All right, all those in favor of doing a motion to reconsider?
Aye.
Okay, so that motion to reconsider is passed. Now I have a motion. That what I would recommend is that, how much money do we have for 2022 funds, Jonathan?
That is 17,029.07.
Okay.
I would say whatever happens, if it's different from what council has already approved, that we'll have to go back in front of council.
All right, that's fine. I have to
Just
see, I have to see,
for
I
anything.
have to see him, this weekend or next week.
I missed the, well, we did the
Two
second.
weeks.
That's
The problem is we passed
Very-
the deadline.
Judy,
We passed the deadline for the agenda.
Larry.
oh, no, but I have to brief him, I'm on the agenda already.
Are you on
Yes, at least I was told I was. I'm doing my usual, quarterly brief.
it? I know you're on, we were on the calendar, we were on the schedule. I don't know if we made it into the agenda though, because the deadline for,
The agenda, well, we can talk about it later.
Fine.
So, but I think I'm speaking. The 16th, that's what I was told. Okay, so I want to pass a motion that we allocate the funds from the 22 race as follows. Some to the American Legion to be provided to, by the American Legion to veterans in Miami Lakes. Some to put into our Arbor Day line item so we can pay for the Veterans Victory Garden, vegetable garden. And also, I want to change the markers on those darn trees that we dedicated to people that only those ugly little bricks. And actually get like, almost like they have on cemeteries, where they have the person's picture, a little bit of information on it. So that's also part of the money that will be in the Arbor Day line item, because Arbor Day is plant trees, so that the marker as well. And I want a certain amount of money to be put into the fund to create the memorials that we talked about, the flag stand and that wall that the town already approved. So that way we have some seed money. Okay, so that's the motion to allocate the funds in three ways. One to the Arbor Day Fund for plaques in the vegetable garden. One to go to the American Legion, who's going to be only acting as a conduit to give money out to worthy veterans, etc. Those in need and those, and if they have extra money, they can raffle it off, however they see fit. And the last one was some money for the town to use to contract for architecture and design of the memorials. Can I have a second to that?
Second.
Can I
Can we
make a
discuss,
comment?
can we go for discussion for a moment?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have a discussion.
Okay, let's go for discussion. Vote for discussion. Yes,
I like everything you're doing, but I don't think the Arbor Day trees, I think that because of the type of park it is, I think that we want to avoid making the park look like a memorial. So we should be careful with those trees and what we actually put there.
okay.
And that, I don't think that would really be a good allocation of funds for that as well.
So you're worried that that'll look to, that the, well,
We
you
don't
think
wanna-
the
we don't
bricks,
wanna
you
make
think
the
that bricks
children's-
are,
We don't want to make
Good
the
enough.
children's playground into a cemetery.
yeah. No, I hear
Yeah.
you. I hear you.
That's true.
So I guess the question is, are we satisfied with the bricks? Can we make it something a little bit
We
better?
don't have to be satisfied, just leave it out of this motion, that's all.
Well, I made my motion.
All right.
You can amend motion.
Yeah, we're gonna amend the motion. So you're doing the motion to amend to not include the bricks or that stuff. So just.
Well,
Let's keep talking before.
You
we
may, you may.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah. I
want
want
to
to,
do
any other discussion?
Yes, please.
Yes.
I see, I'm just gonna jump ahead into the second, to B, 7B. And, we communicated that that race was going to scholarships. So I recommend just leaving that 100% scholarships like we said we were,
Okay.
and then put everything you want to do with the 2022 funds, because those were we just said that was to benefit the veterans. So we were vague with the 2022 funds. So I don't want to be changing, I don't think it's right to change what we're gonna do with the 23 funds after we advertised this thing, after we promoted it the way we did, and
Yeah,
I think it's kind
it was promoted for the veterans.
All right, yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine, that's
I
fine.
saw that.
So 2022 is going to
All right, so,
engineering and
yeah, so.
whatever it requires.
Can I have a question, Judy?
Yeah.
That's more or less because that's the way it was presented to the sponsors.
and everyone.
Well, it was,
Yeah.
We talk about.
it was approved by council, it was promoted to sponsors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
let's,
runners, I mean.
yeah,
it
Social
was-
media,
it was advertised.
newsletters.
Advertising.
This is-
Oh, I need.
yeah, I think it's just.
Yeah,
I know.
There's probably 1,000 out there, right?
You need my, right?
I need like.
Let's
I
go,
need
let's
like
go
one
back
stack.
to, ladies and
Thanks.
gentlemen, let's go back to 7A so we can
Okay,
finish that one up.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so the motion as amended is basically to approve, monies going to the American Legion Post to be given out to needy veterans, deserving veterans, or raffle, however they want to give it, because all the people going there is raffle. I need to make sure that those members of this committee who are also members of the American Legion Post realize that they will not get any of that. It's conflict of interest, okay, all right? So,
Do you think that extends to the vote? And I only asked that just to.
I don't think so, because we already excluded ourselves from receiving
I
that.
don't even know if we
Yeah.
can even do it.
do it.
I'm not a lawyer, but
Yeah,
it might be a conflict no matter what we say. We have no jurisdiction over what American Legion does in the American Legion's room. I know you guys are running, but you're not in your meeting right now, and you're not,
No.
you're not with your rules. I feel like you may go back to, you may go back to them again and they say, no, you can't, there's too many of us in the American Legion. We have no control what they do with it once we hand it over.
The first year we did the, if I may,
yes,
that we did
I love it.
the runs, half of the funds were given to the Fisher House at the Miami VA Hospital,
yeah,
which is an excellent, it's like the McDonald's house.
Yeah.
It's an apartment house,
But it's not Miami Lakes people.
it's any
Yeah.
veteran, veteran is not defined by where they live.
Right.
Veteran is defined by the service they provided to the country.
Mhm.
That's the definition.
Yeah.
Not where they live, not what they do.
I really kind of want to try, I talked to the mayor after the race, after this last race, and he really would like to see monies go to Miami Lakes and veterans if they can.
Me
And
too.
that's what was the
Me
point of
too.
the whole entire
Yeah.
scholarship was to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's the other point of the other scholarship too, and I actually, when you get to 7B, I want to talk about, I want to expand the eligibility for that scholarship as far as veterans, so we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so,
If
I
I may,
Yes.
then again, another point. The bricks at the Veterans Memorial,
yes,
many of those need to be replaced. Where's the money gonna come from?
well, here's another thing to consider that I put in my notes and forgot to mention. We need to replace the 9/11 flags too. They all rotted out, unless that's in the budget.
Oh, you mean the mini flag?
Yeah, the big flags.
Yeah,
I think we balanced the budget pretty much.
we can help with that, probably over 2,000 of them. Or that's the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
We could save a little money on that this time too, because we found that the smaller flags are easier to put in the ground. Overall, they look just as well, and they don't rot out as easily.
No, they don't.
So I think that's
Okay.
something that,
So we got a plan for there.
Yeah.
So basically, so let's just keep it the way it is. Let's talk about the motion that's on the table.
Okay.
We got $17,000. All right. So let's start putting some money to tasks. The vegetable garden. It's only gonna be about an 8x12 vegetable garden in Mary Collins. I figure, but to raise garden and stuff like that. Is anybody here a gardener? Does 2,000 seem reasonable? We don't know.
Are we gonna do it ourselves?
Well, yeah, part of it, yeah. Part of it, you know.
Well, we also have someone that's been volunteering and asking to be a part of that too.
Okay, so let's just so we can have enough money. I put on the table, let's make a motion that we allocate $2,000 of that $17,000 into the Arbor Day line item for the vegetable victory garden. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Pepper Pile. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Right, you're opposed, you don't like vegetables.
no, I said, I was opposed. I voted, so it doesn't matter. Right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so that motion passes. Now we have 15 grand left. And I'd like to, and I'm not sure how to do this, Jonathan, if we say we want to allocate so much money to go back to the town to be used specifically for design and drafting of the memorials that they have pictures of, and I'm not sure. Is that the motion?
For like the money to just stay within the town, the budget,
But to be used
to be
for
carried
that,
forward.
to be used for that, to be used,
Put it in prepaid.
Present it to the town.
yeah.
Yes.
So that way they can use it specifically for the drafting and creation of plans for those memorials. Yeah, well, we're gonna do it.
I think that say no. So,
Okay, then
So the
now I
balance
kind of figure out an amount. So we got 15, thinking
and
anybody.
$47.
Right, that,
17.
It was $17,029.70, so if you
How
think.
much do you, how much do you, how much do you, 61 costs?
We got 15 around
29 and 70 cents.
1529 cents.
Yep.
right.
You have any idea what something like that would cost?
Yeah, but I know it's on the town's agenda because I had a discussion with Councilman Garcia and they want to keep the thing moving. And so,
Talking about the Soldier's Cross, right?
no, well, we don't got that. We're talking about the flag.
Yeah, that's.
We're talking about, you may not have been here. We had a wall, like a small wall. And we also had like a flag stand that has all 6 flags and US flag and the town flag. Somewhere where we can actually like do the ceremonies instead of,
And the flag don't go down on the floor.
Yeah.
yes,
Is it possible that you have, or since he's reclusing himself from being the secretary, that maybe our resident engineer would be interested in drawing up some plans for that particular rough sketch of that, and then we get an estimate on what it would cost to do that. Move forward on.
well,
No,
I
Bill
think-
could Bill could do a rough sketch on it.
yeah,
We could go ahead and get an idea of what it's gonna cost, and then we know what we're dealing with.
well, I
Back
think,
in the town.
I think contracting procurement goes to the town.
Yeah, Parks and Recs.
Yeah, it's not something that you and I can
But
do.
we have to have that plan. We need to show Parks and Recs what
What it is we're looking for.
And they will,
We'll do it.
and they will
Yeah.
contract for that, because that's the process. We can't do contracting procurement or design for them. They have to do it.
We can't do
It's not possible that they're not gonna wanna do it. Put this money to go into engineering or start it and just back out, like, is it definitely gonna get done?
I think there's a very good chance, because 2 councilmen have a motion saying you want to get it done.
Two that are still gonna be here after the next
Yeah.
election?
One will either be mayor and the other one will be the senior council.
Okay, good.
So,
I mean, I just want the money to not rot in a hole somewhere and then expire and go back into the budget, or I don't know what.
well, it'll have to come back to us and then we figure out something again.
Okay, all right.
All right, so there's a motion on the table. I'm just gonna throw 10 grand. 10 grand.
Okay.
Motion on the table, yeah, $10,000. To be used, to be given to the town, allocated specifically for,
Do they really need that money from us to do that? If they're gonna get the whole thing done, I'm just wondering, like,
yeah,
does it need to come from this? Can this go to veterans instead and let them just do it like they wanna do it? We'll just keep lobbying for it and do what we gotta do. Are we cutting off some direct?
I think. Well, part of the selling point, I
Okay,
think, is that it's a public partner venture.
okay.
Mhm.
I'm
That
just
was
wondering
part
if
of the
we- you
selling
know,
point.
if we could
you
give
know.
to the American Legion better to give the break to humans than to give to a municipality that already has budget that can pull it from where it needs to pull it and make it happen, because
Yeah, you would think
it's
so.
not ours, it's not, it's
Yeah.
actually, it's the, you know, it's the one of the town.
Yeah.
At the
And
end
the
of it.
town, and, you know, and the town belongs to the people.
Yeah, it's a veterans awareness thing, and awareness is an important
I'm not
part.
against the spend,
veterans.
but I'm just against it, like the money's coming in anyway, I know it's,
Yeah, she's against, why are we funding it? Kinda.
yes.
No, I get you, I get you, I get you, but I think showing as a public private venture kind of always
Well,
helps sell it.
I guess the question is, do we have a better idea of what to do with that 10K from 2022?
I roll it into this right now, what we're doing, into the scholarships and the veterans, I guess, the scholarships.
My concern is we're not gonna find that many people, now we'll talk about something being how to expand it.
American Legion,
you know,
to give to the Miami Lakes people, to give to the Miami Lakes veterans.
$15,000 to the American Legion.
But what about the next line? That's gonna be more. We don't have the proceeds yet, but I'm hoping we're gonna be in the 25,000 range, hoping. Do you don't have that yet, right? Okay,
And that was gonna be exclusively for the scholarship.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you I know I have to brief them on that issue, it's on the agenda for the 16th, the Veterans Park Memorial,
mhm,
and I think either way, if they decide, now we want to fund it all ourselves as a town, that money will come back into our budget. You know what I mean? And then we can use it again, you know what I'm saying?
mhm.
But it shows,
Yeah.
that we have like, what's that? You know, like, we're serious about it.
Buy-in.
Yeah, we have buy-in, basically.
It will not be easy for the town to say, we're gonna put $10,000 in next year's budget to do this at the park. People are not gonna buy it, because they need to,
Yes.
they want to keep the taxes down. I couldn't get $500 for my crossing guard. $500.
That's a very good point. Believe me, there's people in this town that
Yeah.
they spend a penny on something extra. They go pretty ballistic. So I think this will be a way for us to like, okay,
So
Question,
this is the coming
why
from the
can't
town
we just,
taxpayer.
our foundation,
there is no foundation will be able to, one, there's no foundation.
what was the foundation?
Not yet. And two, we can't launder it through the foundation. I found out. So that was a problem. Yeah, that's what they said. Here's the laundering, whatever. Okay, so I said, okay, fine, we'll remove the laundering aspects and just give it back directly to the town to use for a specific purpose. All right, so there's a motion on the table to use $10,000, that the town will use it, to give it to the town to use specifically for design and, build type of, engineered type plans for.
You won't get it built, you won't get it built in that.
No, product design.
This is for plans and engineering. standards.
Deposit.
Plans and
It's
engineering
a
for just the
deposit.
flag, plans and engineering for flag stand and the wall. See if we can get that. Okay, second, all those in favor?
I,
Okay, so
Okay, so
that-
you motion, you seconded?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so that leaves us $5,029.70
To the American
to
Legion?
American Legion.
Okay.
I make a motion to give the American Legion $5,029.70 to be used, to be given out to needy veterans, and then any money left over, raffle it off to other veterans
I second.
that are in Miami Lakes or members of that post. Judy seconds. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That was not bad. Remember how we got through that? I'm really proud of us guys. That was good.
Thank you.
We got more.
Well, we get part of it. Back to mine.
Gentlemen, please, we all don't need to go to jail.
No, no.
So, okay, item 7B. I heard Judy's motion and I agree we should use as much as possible for this, all of it for the scholarship. That's how we sold it. So I do not wish to push a motion to amend. I do want to open a motion to discuss, because we have at the end of the packet a proposed scholarship.
Yeah, that was the application, as it stood.
Okay. And
Did this go out at all?
no,
I mean, if we're gonna time it with the education advisory board scholarship, which was the idea, because they already have it down packed with the grant companies and the timing, I wanted it in now, so.
Okay.
Good timing.
all right. Now, we're gonna have, Judy, what's your guess on how much money we're gonna have for this?
Hoping somewhere around 25,000,
Okay, 25.
could be more, could be closer to 30, but.
That's a lot of money. You did a great job on it.
Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna sing your praises at the end of the weekend. I wanted to say it like that. You did a great job.
Quick question on the app, would it be, extended to grandson, granddaughter?
Well, that's the thing I want to talk about. My concern is I don't think we have that many veterans that will fit that criteria, but I want to ask those who, the younger people. I mean, do you know a lot of veterans who are Miami Lakes residents who have sons and daughters who are high school age who could use it for college?
All of them are small kids.
Yeah. And so here's another thought is, I know of, I was talking to some veterans and they go, man, I wish I would have known you guys could do this, with Miami Lakes residents. I already paid for my kids' college and I'm still paying for their,
There's no expenses though.
Yeah, there's other expenses.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna get the money.
Well, no, I mean, these people already
They're done.
paid, they're already done.
They're graduated and
They
out.
graduated and out of
Oh,
college.
that must be, that was the past, so.
Yeah.
I consider getting my doctorate and.
If you like, I'll go for my master's, that's fine.
If we open it up to like juniors and seniors.
It's actually just at the high school. just
So-
like that.
I know at our gym, we do have several veterans that do have high school age kids.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, we have like, I can think of 7 right now at a minimum.
Oh, wow, they Miami Lakes residents?
And they're Miami
Can we
Lakes.
talk to them?
Oh, then there you go.
I can talk to them.
So then, so make it, is this open only to high school seniors?
No, it's, oh yeah, senior, let's put it to high school, period.
High school, I agree.
It's good.
I think I'm
High
looking to cross out the word senior.
Where is?
It's stuck in there. It kind of hit for me for a minute, but I see it now. A high school senior in good academic, how about a high school student in good academic standing?
Oh, I see. Is that in the instructions?
Yeah, it's on the
Yes,
back.
high school, okay, it's in the back,
No.
High school student,
student.
not senior. Is
All
that
right, there's a motion
where?
proposed by Judy to amend the instruction, 3.1. Maybe it should be 3, yeah.
Are we okay with even the ninth graders? I mean,
Now,
right?
here's
Yeah,
the
I'm okay
reason-
with
If
that.
they put
Yeah, but
move
here's the
points
reason.
before they take us to college.
Yeah, but a ninth grade, how do you even know that they're gonna go to college?
Well, I thought we spoke about this last meeting.
It could be used for tech school, it could be used for any
For
kind of,
education,
Yeah.
yes.
for education.
They're gonna probably need some kind of something.
Well, I mean, the parents should have been saving for college, like upon the child's birth, but we know that doesn't happen. They're probably saving like, crazy now.
Mhm.
In ninth grade, they kind of know whether or not their kid's gonna go to college,
Sure.
or not,
Or something.
or something, or technical school, or et cetera.
Yeah,
So I think the wider we can open it, the better, because what I want to do is I want to get as many Miami Lakes residents, kids benefiting from this.
Yeah.
Or veterans.
The second page,
Or veterans.
item number 2. It's a child So, let's say a student in good academic standing of a Miami Lakes veteran currently enrolled
We
in
got that
college
too.
or enrolled in a trade professional.
Oh, so that opens up a whole.
That
other
opens up a
demographic
whole-
too. Yeah.
Or enroll.
Or
enroll.
enroll, yeah.
Okay, so we have a student must be a high school student in good academic standing, a child in good academic, like, enrolled in. Or, yeah, it says it right here, a child in good academic standing,
Right.
Mike Lakes veteran, currently enrolled in college or enrolled in trade
Right,
professional.
so it's one, so planning on.
I got a
or
question.
Just have
already
to find them, let them hear this and say.
So
"We
why
want
do
it."
we want to limit it to juniors and?
Because if like two people apply, and two people get $15,000, that's cool and all, but
It's-
that's not,
it's-
that's not the point of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the chair recognizes Larry Bourne.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. There's different types of scholarships that are available to people that actually need them financially. Like Pell Grants, things that where the student actually needs the money. You take a kid who might be in good standing, a great student, deserving of a scholarship, maybe he would get one anyway. Parents are wealthy, they're doctors, whatever, and they really don't need, this isn't going to really put a dent in there. So I'd rather see the money go to, if there's a way that we could identify who actually needs the money, would benefit by it the most, rather than just leave it open for anybody.
You want like a credit?
Hey, what do you
No,
want?
I just
Tax
think that-
return?
Well, how do they identify Pell Grants, who's?
Through tax
They
returns.
sell,
Tax
tax
return.
returns.
Tax
Well,
return.
I'm
Yeah.
dumb to this, I mean, I really don't know.
No,
I'm just-
income-
Well, hopefully the doctor's family, the kids in the doctor family won't,
They're not gonna.
won't be
apply.
asking, they won't apply, but I mean, we're trying to honor that, the kid's being honored because of the service of that parent.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. If the doctor's a veteran, there's no reason why he ought to be excluded. Just because he's making more money, he's still a veteran. We're
Yeah,
rewarding
this
his
is not a
veteran
need
service.
based, this is not a need
And
based,
we're,
this is
and
a
we're rewarding
purpose
his
based.
kid for
Yes.
doing, for being in good standing.
That's a good point.
Yep, I agree.
All right. So getting back to the high school student,
They do.
should we open it up to juniors and seniors? That way we have now juniors, seniors, and those who are currently enrolled in a trade school or college.
We don't want to do 9, 10, 11, 12, we want to just make.
What do you
it
think,
12.
Chad? I mean, those guys, those 7 folks?
Is there a reason why we're not going 9 through? Too early, just too soon?
I mean, that's what we agreed on last time, it was too early.
We always change our mind.
No more, this is it, we're gonna put it out. No
Yeah,
changing our
this is
mind.
it.
I agree, it's too early.
Too early.
Are we going to be the ones that vote on who the winner is, and is that how, we're gonna be brought the applicants and?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how the education advisory board does it.
How are we gonna select the winner?
Well, let's first agree on this.
No,
and then we
because then if we
Let's
include the ninth graders, we could go by, we could give precedence when we do the vote.
Excuse me,
Because
Larry, let's first do
I
this
think she had
motion,
enough
and then we
feedback.
can get up to that, okay? Maybe let's get this thing going. All right, so there's a motion to amend it to high school students who are juniors and seniors, or just remain high school senior?
Juniors and seniors.
Motion to amend to say juniors and seniors, all those in favor,
Second.
Second.
seconded by Pio. All those in favor?
Aye.
Good. Okay, now, Larry, your point, which is very well taken, is,
well, you've already answered, we've included the juniors, and that was my whole point. And then we could decide if there's a junior and a senior, all things being equal, we may want to go with the senior because he needs more money more immediately.
yes.
But we're dividing it amongst how many people qualify for it. There's no, we didn't do a point system. Are we gonna install?
Well, that's what I was asking, we're gonna allow everyone to, or we want to choose winners, how's it gonna be?
No choosing, it's whoever's gonna hit these check marks and turns in their thing on time is who's gonna split.
They're
the
gonna
pie.
they're gonna get a part of the
That's
money.
what I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
I
it
agree
gets-
on
yeah.
And the pie just gets smaller, the more people apply and qualify.
Yep, and I hope we get at least 7.
Yeah.
Or 10.
If
Yeah,
if we get,
Ideally, yeah,
if we get 3 people, they're gonna be huge pies.
spread the wealth.
Yeah,
All right. Moving on.
May I say something?
Yes.
I think
Chair
I
recognizes
can get,
Rebecca
we
Friada.
give a big hand to Judy for the great job she has done.
No.
Really collecting money, yes, you're very right.
Well done.
You're really doing a great job.
A new business, AA, Reindeer Run.
Right,
I think we should acknowledge Judy's doing a great job.
right.
Judy,
What team
thank
had
you
the most
so much.
people, I would like to know.
Probably yours.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys should go. That was our best team. I'd like to recognize, Posh and Prospect. For having the most team members and the biggest portions at the run, they really made it fun.
So
Yeah.
Judy, what do you think were the pros? Give me 2 pros and 2 cons.
To be honest, I would like to have another little period of time to put something really crazy with year and stuff, but a couple of things I'd love to say is this year was a lot better than the prior year. 100 times better. I think we just learned how to work together more between myself and Isle and Jonathan, and we learned how we operate, and that just really calmed me down a lot, because I knew what to expect, and you know, I think the whole committee, we learned our patience this time, like the last time we were freaking out when nobody registered. And all of a sudden I was watching that panel go to 500 when I woke up in the morning at 5 in the morning on the day of the race, or 4 in the morning, I'm like, 502, I'm like, yes. So no giving away tickets, like we don't have to do any of that stuff together. I think now we have an established race, we don't have to stress. I think, the billboards, that was a good pro, I think that they were out there and people saw them. I don't know how much it helped, I was hoping to get 700 runners, so that's the goal for next year still, I'm gonna put it back to 700 again. For me.
We just need to get the word out on students, free students, and it was a little confusing on the application process. Because some pay, I know some students going, oh, but I already paid, but it's free. This word gets out too late, it has to be there.
Right.
They want.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's kind of like and the student ones, I think we have was sort of they're not on a high advertising, it's like kind of like the VIP on the side kind of thing, just
Right.
because, you know, we're trying to raise money, right? And if people can afford it, but then there's people that can't afford it. I think we need to start earlier this year, that's a con, we started too
Yes.
late again.
True.
So we need to, I see the date on here already, which is wonderful. Yeah, when we finally got when all the marketing materials were ready and we kicked it.
Oh, yeah.
And we opened up the
Like
site
internal
live.
planning was. I think,
Don't
March,
forget-
but we missed the launch by maybe like a month or 2.
Yeah, I think, when did we go live, like August?
Here, let pro cons, that way then.
I would,
No,
I think, like end of August.
Yeah, it was really,
Yeah.
I think, I mean, I don't, we have to look at other runs, what's typical. But I mean, I would love to,
I don't think it was atypical from other runs, so.
So what do you
do something like
think,
that,
Judy, what do
Yeah.
you think were the cons if we had?
that we opened
Too late.
up too, a little too
Okay.
late. I think, you know, just marketing could have been sooner, the contract took a little bit of time, I know Ruben had a kid or something went wrong in the middle of it. So that took extra time to negotiate the contract out. Ruben did great this year, I don't have much.
So wait a minute, let me, if I understood this right. A positive is we did some things earlier,
Yes,
and a negative is
well, we didn't
we
get it
did-
early enough.
we didn't do some things early enough.
Yeah, no, the whole.
The con is the whole thing started a little too late. I mean.
Yeah.
And I'm not blaming anything in particular. There was a few moving parts that could have that didn't come together in time. So we couldn't launch.
Yeah.
Just.
August 1, I think was our original goal. I'll go through this pile, make you all crazy.
From my point of view, the pros were Judy and her team from headquarters. So, and I love that big guy.
Yeah, he's great. George is awesome.
But also, you know, the way Jonathan Isle laid out the run at the end,
was
where
fantastic.
everybody went through that one area, they kept people there longer and it
And
had
he just told me
response.
today about how much better that was.
That was so much better and made people look at the sponsors and stuff like that. That had
Good.
there. It was, I also thought the Marines helping us out and we could put the vehicle back there with the little tiny headquarters to the vehicle.
It was fun.
Hilarious. The stage was awesome.
Yeah.
The cons, there was 2 of them, and when I talked to Judy about it, so. And they're not really bad cons. But one that really I needed help setting up, folks. Oh my God, that I move a lot of tents, that I move a lot of tables. And I have, you know, I was alone on this race, but boy, I must have moved, I don't know, 20, 30 tables, 15 tents.
And those were heavy duty.
Yeah, they were by myself. And so next time, you know, if you're able-bodied, and please assist. It makes it easier on me. I don't have to take as much nap or something.
And this is, I don't know, those are heavy duty jets.
But they were great.
We had
And
about,
then the other thing, the one other thing, and Judy and I talked about it, is it would have been nice to have, like we had the age, number 1, 2, and 3 for each age. And we talked about maybe what we'll do is change the color of we'll keep the same medallion, but change the color of the ribbon to gold, silver, and bronze for the number 1, 2, and 3 of each age group.
Yeah, I like that.
And it's not an expensive you shift, you know, you're not changing the
I know
metal.
what you mean. Yeah, yeah,
You're just changing the ribbon color.
Okay, yeah.
And that way, somebody has a gold ribbon color,
Yeah.
holding it, saying the same thing. Silver ribbon color, bronze ribbon color, and everybody else gets red, you know? So that way, I think folks, you know, came out, how about, I ran the fastest for this age group. And so I think this year, or this coming year, we can fix that, and it won't be expensive to fix. And that was it, but otherwise, I thought it was awesome,
Mm.
totally awesome.
I think it was really great, way better than last year. Sitting in front of the podium was great. We cut down a lot on the stage, the DJ was great. We sort of confided everyone into a space between the sidewalk. The way we corralled people and added branding to the barricades, I think is something
That was
that
brilliant.
moving forward is, we have to do more. Oh, we had about 100 less students sign up than last year,
Yeah, they use them all.
so.
Yeah.
And I'd like to compliment the colonel. You know, one of the things in those races, if you ever participated in one, it's the beginning of it. You know, that's where all the adrenaline is. You're getting ready to go, you're like your anxious. And the guy that speaks in the beginning, the guy that gives you revved up in the beginning, we're getting ready, we're starting to that, he did a great job. And it's, even my sister-in-law, who doesn't compliment anybody, said, he's good. So, anyway, it's good, man, come on.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I didn't run. Cause I'm gonna run next year so I can win first place again.
Yeah.
Old ribbon.
Yeah, I think that was just like, 'cause we spent about 40 minutes on stage last year.
It was too long.
First in this category.
Oh, yeah, it took.
It took a very long time, and I mean, maybe. I forgot.
I think what we'll do is we'll just say, okay, the following people come, number one, number two, number three, and then you go first, second, boom, boom, move them all.
Or maybe we can keep them at the race end with with.
I think Island
with
has
Donald,
spoke, and
with
not to
Ruben.
drag it on too long, but having everyone. Cause I know what the map looks like visually because I made it. If you guys can imagine the southwest of the park, all the tents basically flanking the podium. If we put a stage there and a band was there, obviously it would feel more. I feel like last year with the band in the middle of the field, in the huge field, we lost a lot.
Mhm.
Maybe it would have benefited from the layout this year. That's just something to think about.
Okay.
I think it was, but then I don't want to treat myself.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I think we'll do it a little bit.
Can we do write a note on that though, Bill? Maybe we can have those three colored for each.
Oh, yeah, I wrote that down.
By Ruben,
Yeah,
by Ruben,
I'm
so
asking.
it's, so they can grab those right away before they even get to the table to get
Yeah.
the regular ones.
And
So
maybe,
they're done, they won't miss them, they won't, yeah. We can call our names real quick, read them all out, it won't take a minute.
yeah. And maybe just put the people on a podium, actually number one, number two, number three, winner of the overall race, I guess. However you want to do it, we'll figure it out. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So then
It'll be a
you
lot
think,
of fun.
I don't want to drag on too long. All right, I want to, but I will. 1, 2, 3 per age, and then the trophies overall, is that what I'm?
We'll figure it out. Let's, we have time to discuss.
That's generally most races.
1, 2,
what it
3,
is,
each
when-
Yeah.
age, each sex, or just each age? No, age and, so men.
Well, age and sex matters big time
Yeah.
when it comes to a
So,
race.
so boys and girls for each.
Maybe
age.
overall,
I'll shoot an email over.
We'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. We can figure that out. We got time.
It's just the one.
we don't have.
But I think what we want to do for next meeting, Judy, let us know when do you think we should start. And have that contract locked down with Ruben and his people and all that
Oh, it
stuff.
happened last year's debrief, that's.
That's great.
Try to find it, but, all right, well, let's do that next.
All right.
Okay, I'll put that in things to do.
All right, moving right along. I have a meeting with town hall. I've got to present, and I think we are going to talk specifically, it's on the agenda, about Veterans Memorial Park structure. And, Councilman Collazo recommended because those folks who live in that area get a little kind of nervous when anything's being built in that park because they're worried about extra traffic and all that stuff. But these are just static memorials. These are flagpoles. No one goes and say, oh, let's go look at this flagpole. You know, so I think I'm gonna meet with some of those folks and do a little town hall in Mary Collins one day and explain, you know, I don't think people come around and look at flagpoles, but if it does increase it, maybe one or two people. No, I can't see very many, even that little wall won't increase it by very many. So that's one thing that's going on. We need to replace all the military banners except the ones we just got. They're all in pretty bad shape. The last time we serviced them, we always check them out, and they're all in pretty bad shape. So what's the process for that?
I have to get a quote from the vendor. I don't know that the new banner design is going to be a thing. But I'm not so upset about that. You know the design I showed you.
Yeah, that was nice.
It's very similar to what it is currently, so I have no problem putting that off because of what it is. It's gonna have to be every single banner, minus last year's plus this year's.
Mhm.
So we're kind of off on timing of, maybe sourcing this banner from this company. But, getting this reservoir of information of the people that are already have banners. It's easier to just say, hey, reprint these with this, it's basically the Space Force logo, that's only design difference,
Right.
but on fresh banners.
Okay,
Yeah,
So
because that's missing.
if last year we got 10, but we're not gonna reprint those 10, we're replacing 100. I'm gonna assume we're gonna get 10 more this year. I'm gonna get a quote for 110
All right.
banners
that's fine.
to be printed. And I think that it's gonna be a lot of money,
Yeah,
but we'll see because we already have our line item for the banners.
Don't forget
Print,
Miami
and,
Lakes.
but of
Miami
course,
Lakes.
but we don't wanna front double, cause it's 110 banners. I think it's gonna be a tough, sell, not tough sell, but Fred is fantastic.
We have in the budget for the banners,
We have our own budget.
Yeah,
I mean, because last year, you went to council and they approved the money.
Yeah.
It's there, it's
So we
about
had
10 grand,
12,
Yeah.
12
grand. Yeah, banners could be way.
But
more.
it's brought down when we buy it and brought back up when Fred basically reimburses us. So if he wants to pay for maybe just installation, but we pay for the reprints. Again, him footing the entire bill for 110, I don't know the quote, but I think it's gonna be.
All right, so we gotta figure out the.
You can tell it, okay, because Fred pays for the banners of Hialeah too, so you can tell it. And
Yeah.
instead of order 110, we probably ordered over 200. So give us a better price.
Yeah,
We paid for the one in Hialeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know that. too.
I'll get a quote from him.
Yeah, let's figure it out.
that's the same company we've been using for
Yeah.
frame.
Yeah.
And out of.
And that's why I think it's easier to stay with them because they have the names, photos,
Yeah, the file, everything's
service
there.
years, and
Yes,
They're out of.
I tried to get that information just to see if we could make our own banner design.
Alright.
I would need that information. It's a hard pull.
all right, so there's a motion on the table to replace all the military banners except for the 10 that were brand new last year. Any second to that motion?
Second,
Pedro Pio, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, moving right along. Elections. We have elections for the chairman, vice chairman, and secretary of this committee.
Right now,
Right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, today.
yeah, like,
Yeah, today,
the first meeting of every year.
every year, we have to do the election.
can I make a motion to keep our chair and vice chair and secretary?
you can make it all
Well,
you want, but I don't think it's gonna work.
Chair. Okay, William. vice
Let's do
chair,
one at a
Larry.
time.
Hmm?
Let's do one at a time.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do one.
We keep our chair.
Okay,
Donna?
I'll do it for one more year,
Yeah,
Is there a motion?
but I'm really gonna not do it
and
again.
next year you say one more year.
yes or no? I'm never doing it right again.
You're making the motion.
Yes, I'm making the
You
motion.
got me.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gary.
If he's not the chair, I'm not doing
And
it.
I second that motion.
Second, okay. All in favor?
You.
Well, I guess I gotta say all in favor.
Aye.
Will you accept it?
Yes, I'll accept it one more year.
Accepted it, he's voted in, unanimous.
He voted.
Next, vice chair. Okay, vice chair.
All those in favor?
I nominate Larry Morgan for the vice chair.
Second,
He does.
Second.
You do accept.
Okay, all those in favor of Larry Board remaining vice chair?
aye.
I know
Mr. Nick.
The secretary would like to have somebody else take it next time.
there's not.
Secretary's retiring,
The secretary's retiring.
but he's staying on the committee.
I'm staying on the committee.
Okay.
And I'll help whoever,
I just started.
Morning.
I'm doing two.
What's
going on?
You're
For,
You guys wait.
I think this is actually probably not more important than the chair. But it's pretty important.
Yeah, we can't have a meeting without the secretary.
Yeah. This is the record that will outlive us all.
Can we have a secretary and vice chair? Can they be both things?
With the vice secretary.
Yeah, a vice chair and secretary. No.
Whatever.
Yeah, like a vice chair is also secretary.
Well, the vice chair is happy to sit in with the secretary when the secretary's not.
Then what if,
Let's say there's.
but what if Bill is out and both bills are out? No bill.
It's actually not that difficult a job to take minutes. I mean, we're really.
Oh.
But I'm saying the chair can't.
It's easy for
report.
him to say.
Well, you take detailed minutes, but
vice
the
chair.
reality is if you just go down the agenda and you make sure you get all the votes
Yeah,
in,
that's.
you pretty
No,
much
he
have.
wants to be the secretary.
But you
too, I
can't,
don't know.
but if both bills are out, for example, or whoever the secretary is and
It's
chair,
difficult, correct.
as a vice, not only difficult, you are running the meeting, you can't.
Yeah, it's hard, it's
record them. You
impossible.
can record the record of the meeting, is my interpretation of it.
And it's hard, even if it could be.
I think Chad would be excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds
Well,
like Judy
well,
wants to be secretary.
Oh, no, I don't, I can't.
It's
No,
giving,
Judy runs the Ranger run, we can't lose that.
it's giving a copy of the
Yeah.
attendance.
You- it's not hard.
Thank you, thank you.
No, I'm doing general manager of 2 CrossFit teams.
It's attendance, the roster, motions, discussions, votes. That's it.
Yeah, it sounds simple.
I know, right?
Small kids. No.
Yeah.
So the committee dissolves today?
Wow.
It's now this year.
This year.
No, now, I thought you said that you're
gonna.
retire next year. Oh.
No, this year.
It's 25 whole year.
No, you heard wrong.
And this
Oh,
is
you gotta
your-
be secretary?
I don't wanna commit to that if I can't promise. I don't know I'm starting a new job and I don't know the schedule yet.
Well, Nicole, you could just accept it in name right now, and if you get tied up, we'll cross the bridge and we get to it.
Oh, that sounds like such a recruiting ploy.
Oh, boy.
Sign now, sign now. And if you change your mind, you don't have to go in. The Marines will say, okay, don't worry about it. Just tell them that they're silent. Oh, no, we're good. Okay, tell the drone instructor, see how long it's silent.
I'll do it.
Hey, oh,
Oh,
so I mean,
Chad, thanks for taking that,
your secretary.
jumping on that grenade.
Motion is gonna be
No
Chad.
congressional medal of honor. No congressional honor for that one.
Don't call my brother to fill in for you.
All right, so, Chad has nominated himself. All those in favor?
Aye.
I didn't even ask for a second for that.
In case we need
Yeah.
a second, I'll second that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so
And I'll help you.
all right. So I was told by the town liaison, next item, 8E, that we will have, that's with the wife notified, meetings every first Thursday of the month at 18:30. Okay,
Yeah, I think that's just our normal.
yeah, that's normal thing.
Are you guys okay with that?
I prefer.
Are we already set 6:30 or 5:30?
Most
Yeah, yeah,
I gotta get going.
Yeah, we're good, good. We're good. Thank you for being.
Thank
Of
you.
course, of course.
Goodbye, Mr. Secretary.
Yes, thank you.
But, the next meeting, are we already on the calendar for one?
Oh, we're on the
one-
calendar throughout the whole year. I scheduled all of them.
Okay, you,
I will not be able to make.
Want me- yeah, yeah.
Because
all right.
I like to
Oh,
see
you're
the whole
on town.
thing ahead of time.
Yep, February 1st will be the first Thursday.
We'll be in town, if that matters.
First day, first Thursday.
Okay. Can you send out like a list of dates? So-
Yeah, that's what I just asked.
We don't,
Fantastic.
that reminds me, we meet or we're scheduled to meet on the 4th of July because that is the first Thursday of July. We will not be meeting on the 4th of July.
All right.
Is there, an idea we want to be on the 11th? I just want to get that out of the way now.
What about July 1st?
I mean,
Well, we usually meet on Thursday, so it depends on when the room's available.
We do it ahead of the 11th.
I'm fine with the 11th.
let me see if it's available.
Usually true.
Yeah, because I scheduled out 2024 for every committee. Some are on, Juneteenth, some are on this holiday, that holiday. I just want to get this out of the way.
It'd be good if
Friday,
you do this
11.
before the 4th, because a lot of times, our chair might want to speak at the 4th of July event. coordinate it with the American Legion, picnic, everything.
It could be the 11th also.
No,
I get before it would be.
The 11th, okay?
Before,
How
we
about
better
the third?
be able to coordinate.
the third is, what,
How about the second?
the second is not, what,
What about
Second
the
is a
first?
Tuesday?
Well, the second, go for the second one, the Tuesday, right?
the second?
It's a Tuesday.
Yeah, so all in favor for,
5:30,
July 2nd meeting?
5:30 is better. Can we do
Aye.
5:30?
5:30,
5:30 on the 6:30? 6?
6:30.
6:30.
6:30, all right.
Okay, 6:30.
Is that okay?
I mean, we,
Is the room
but that's
available?
gonna be before September 11th, so not the last meeting, but
Yeah.
we're gonna need to have, longer meetings, so 6:30 to 8 regular time.
Is that okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
on July.
You like that?
Yep, that's still me.
I'll send out a reminder.
This sometime
We'll get it.
next week here.
Okay, let's take a look at really quickly, go through the Veterans Committee schedule of events. For Arbor Day, I'm gonna put out the agenda, but I'd like to break ground and start planting our little victory garden. See how far that goes. Any questions on the schedule of events?
Yes,
Yes, the chair recognizes Larry Board.
thank you. On Patriots Day, September 9/11,
Mm-hmm.
we really had some issues with turnout. The past couple of years, last year was just, it was atrocious. Last 2 years, actually, last year it was atrocious.
We started too early, I think, we decided. Let's start a little later.
Well, weren't we going to,
Give it to
yes,
another.
if another committee wanted to take it over, we could still help.
Well, if we discuss that,
Well, here it is again.
if you want a motion to reconsider.
Yeah.
Us doing this.
Second.
Any discussion? Last I recall, the issue with the 9/11. Well, first of all, the only other committee that would make sense would be the safety and public safety, what do they call?
The public safety.
Public safety.
There,
Public
that is,
safety.
Yeah.
and if I may, that is the first responder committee.
Yeah,
I think we've had this discussion a couple of times throughout the year. I just think it, not that, the veterans don't have a link to it, I just think it's not. I think it should be the public.
Yes.
Now, if it's a collaboration, I don't know. I just think that's my, thinking philosophically, like. it's-
no,
it's
no,
not-
no, I appreciate that.
We
I
have
mean,
to accept
there
it,
are
we
some
make them
people
take it.
who joined, there are some people who joined the military after the
Right.
September 11th
Right.
attack.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Man.
So but you're saying we should, it's the first responders, they're the ones that responded to.
It's more in the mission statement of that committee than ours, absolutely.
Well, the second responders are the people who took the oath and went to Afghanistan and,
Right,
I mean,
but they were there.
But this is to honor the first responders.
No,
Well, can I ask a procedural question, Jonathan? Say we vote on it, and we're gonna vote on it because there's a motion on the table, so we have to vote on it. And we decide that we no longer wish to do this ceremony, that it should be better done by public safety. Does public safety have to say, oh, yeah, we'll do it?
Or, I don't know.
I mean, it needs to be done, right?
yeah, we don't wanna keep it.
We don't
in,
want it to
nobody brings it
die.
up. Yeah, we don't want it to die.
Well, it
I,
basically is dead. I mean, it's realistic. We haven't had any turnout. Last year, the only people that were there were people that were directly related to the people that participated in the event itself. We had no action from the town, no appreciation for the event.
so I'll say, what I will say is 9/11. It's not an event where we need hundreds of people because we honor our sponsors, like that's. And that's where I come into having it on the actual day, regardless of if it's on a weekday. It's about the day, the time that the towers were hit. Like, it has to happen. If there's no people, if there's 100 people, I'm less worried about the turnout than doing it right. And that's why I think, because this is not the same kind of,
Towers were hit early in the morning.
Like eight
and nine.
I mean, if we do it on like, it's a Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning. Unless it's a holiday, is 9/11 a holiday?
No.
People are gonna
and
be going to
so,
work.
but the people that do want to go
They'll go.
on the time that it's, in my opinion, supposed to be honored, they will be there.
To me, in my opinion, the audience for this ceremony are the folks who showed up. I mean, I know you're saying, Larry, but the folks who showed up, the fire department and police department, And they participated because we started getting more involved. We had them do the bell ceremony, we had them read those citations of those officers and firefighters that lost their lives. That's who, for me, is the target audience for that ceremony. It's not necessarily I mean, it'll be nice if the general public will still remember. But to me, it's them honoring their brothers and sisters who lost their lives. You know, sort of the same thing for Memorial Day. If it's only us veterans at Memorial Day ceremony, you know, and a few people who are related to veterans, I'm fine with that. You know, if I don't have the rest of the town, that's okay, because it's really our ceremony to honor who we lost and who we think about. So, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, I personally agree with you that it would be better served if it was, you know, done by public safety, because they have the first responders, you know?
Can we
Yes,
do it
I'll-
can we do it in conjunction?
Yeah, I think we should, I think we could. Officer Amador?
I think that'd be,
I was gonna say that because what if they don't wanna take
Right.
the event?
right, like, we don't even know if they're completely.
They
They're
might
not,
say,
they're not an
"Oh,
event
wow."
planning committee outside of their
Right,
appreciation breakfast.
And they
There's
don't
so many.
work during those times, they might say, hey, listen, you know, you guys have done it already before, you know, it's a good event, why give it to us, you know, I'm just thinking about all the reasons why they wouldn't
Yeah, no, it's
wanna.
a good
We
idea,
have to
so.
do this for ourselves.
So, here's a proposal for motion. I move that, we have the town consider giving Patriot Day, September 11th ceremony to a public safety committee to be done in cooperation with the assistance of the Veterans Committee. Anybody second that motion?
Second,
We're here to help.
Nicole seconds that. All right. So all those in favor?
Aye.
We'll know somebody really good on that committee.
I know everybody on the committee.
Are you going to do who's going to put this together?
No, but I.
No, Jonathan as the
He's
liaison.
the liaison for the public safety committee, so I-
That's all he's on.
Jonathan as the liaison will tell them that this is what's going on.
no, I will.
Iowa is.
She'll tell them.
Oh, okay, because she's the liaison.
Yeah.
All right.
And. Again,
If they say no, then what happens?
well, then it's,
It's still with us.
Back to square one.
it's not,
Yeah, it's back to us.
so.
We're
Because
not gonna stop.
and other
But let's not
municipalities.
tell them that, no.
I'm saying this whole new evil side of beauty.
What happened to you? Is that your new year?
Our New Year resolution, yeah, to give people ultimatums.
We make it with you people, they make it.
All right,
Don't make it easy.
motion to adjourn, anyway?
Wait.
Any announcements?
I want to, talk about, and we're very early, but I want to talk about the structure of this event.
Which event?
And then,
Oh, okay.
It's
I
not
think,
ours anymore?
well, I may not, I don't know.
Should we discuss that after we find
Let's
out?
find out.
how ours are
Yeah,
going? Or,
Okay.
No, I wanna hear what he wants to say.
Yeah.
Including real upsets
Yeah.
us.
So in my opinion, the only place that I've seen it, there are a couple municipalities in Broward. But the 9/11 events it's a wreath laying ceremony, and it's not. It's a very solemn thing. They have their fire trucks, they have their police fire, like we do.
Yeah.
I love the field of flags, but the logistics of the field, the storage. And what we've done before in the town's history with the previous mayor is the event is right here in front of town hall. If you can imagine a fire truck on this road, police cars on that road. And the wreath laying ceremony basically in front of the V for veterans.
And that would
Now-
actually, that would guarantee a lot of people, because
They're
people.
living all over the place, yeah.
yeah,
Now, that is a huge shift from the thousands of flags.
Yeah.
I don't wanna, this is just me and I don't know how much space I have to make this decision or even suggest it. Because that is a huge decision to basically write off those flags. I just think the way that very solemn ceremony needs to be, it's. Cause if you imagine the wreath laying here,
Yeah.
the fire truck, the ladder
Yeah, I
extended. with
mean,
the
but
big
I'll
flag,
say,
you know.
John, the ceremony we have is very solemn
It
as
is,
well.
it is,
Yeah, it is. I mean, they're both
Yeah,
solemn, it's just, but, and I guess.
this is just a way to think about it.
Is, have we created an expectation of folks seeing that field of flags? And, And I don't know, I gotta tell you, that's a powerful image.
And that's the only time we do that is for that.
It's a lot of work too, you think about all the volunteers.
It is a
what
lot
they
of
do.
work, but that's, gets the community involved. You wanna get community involvement.
Mhm.
Now, if the event is on a Wednesday, let's assume public safety doesn't take it on, if the event's on a Wednesday, are we still gonna have the same volunteer concerns?
I think if the flag's on Sunday when the kids are not in school.
I mean, then we can do the last one on Sunday. You wanna move it to that, you wanna move it to the regular,
Yeah, I think it needs to be on the day.
well, I mean, that's.
Just,
Make
that's
Because
because,
it's, it's a matter of what, what can be done actually. You know?
Right. but that's when I bring up the idea, or,
Yeah, so when you do it on that date, you're gonna have a hard time getting the volunteers to put the flags in the ground.
They'll come right after school, like they came to my office to stuff the bags, those kids after they get.
A lot of them.
It's a 4 hour job.
Yeah,
It's a 4 hour job.
70 people, 80 kids, 4 hour job.
and this is why I bring up the complexity of the flags versus doing it here, not because it's the easy way out, or not because the flags aren't, worth putting out, it's just, if we can't have it on the Sunday prior, like, I hated having to advertise 9/11 on 9/10, just, that's just me, I think the mayor,
Well, it's gonna be even worse this time.
right, so it was on the 8th. I think the mayor had his gripes about it not being on the day. I won't speak for him, I would never do that, but these are just things to think about, because the Sunday prior is the 8th this year. And so we can't always have 9/11 on a Sunday, which I think it was in 22. Just
We got
something to
time to
think
figure
about.
this
Just something to think
out.
about.
We got time to figure this out, because one of the things, I think the first thing is to see whether or not we can even get enough volunteers to set up flags on the 10th.
Well, we can, yeah.
Can we split it
And
in 2 times? Can they come on the 2 days? Like they came to me 2
Yeah,
days?
well, the question is, if we get the volunteers to set it up. Now we have a plan A, we have a plan B, if we can't get the volunteers and we can't get the commitment. Then we can do the
A lot of
replay
kids committed to.
in front of the.
I'm gonna bring like a proposal, I guess, of, because it's been done in the past, that kind of event I've been thinking of. Truck there, cars there, whoever wants to come
Should
share
we
it out.
bring the proposal to the committee? And then we'll
This
vote.
is an idea,
To the other committee and see if they take it.
or after.
Yeah, see if they take it and then they can run with it, they can change it.
And maybe even bring cultural affairs too, why not?
All right. So we approved that.
Wait, why?
No.
Well, no.
Yeah.
No,
No, they wanna dump stuff, they don't wanna add more.
Commercial affairs doesn't need more.
No, they got, we all do.
Yeah.
And we have a
So-
lot to do.
All right.
Anyway,
My resolution was try to keep these meetings an hour. I'm almost there.
Yes, I will.
The delays on stop. Distracting. They have a motion to adjourn.
Back on.
All right, all those in favor? Happy New Year. everyone.
Happy.
Good.
Wait, not off the record. Not off the record.
Do this, parents.
It is, you have parents.
So